Let's talk about the Holy Spirit for a minute. There are many manifestations of the Holy Spirit, and there are different categories of the Holy Spirit. And one of the gifts there is gifts of tongues. And it is something that is very special and dear to the one who experiences it, because it is an extension of the Father through the Holy Spirit to us, connecting us to Him in a way that nothing else can. And some people want it more than others, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I tell you that when you pray, and you do want this gift, and you're not doing it because of pride, and you're doing it because you want to become closer to the Lord, He's going to listen to you, and He's going to hear out of your heart that your cry is to be closer to Him. I myself received the Holy Spirit on the night of my 8th birthday. My father was in between pastoralships, and he was on an evangelical short tour in Weatherford, Texas, and then Jacksboro, Texas. And I got filled with the Spirit on my 8th birthday. There was a revival night dedicated to the teenagers. And I saw all the teenagers going forward and being prayed for. You know, the younger kids, they wanted it too. But some of the adults didn't think that they should go up and ask. But the Word tells us that we are not to be hindering towards the children. Suffer not the little children to come unto me, He says. Whenever a child understands, don't get in their way. Allow them to come to the Lord in completeness where they're at. I understood completely what was going on because I had been raised in it. I knew and understood what that meant that I was asking for. I already had a hungering and thirsting after righteousness that I knew that could not be met in any other way. It didn't make me more special. It didn't make me more important. It just made me closer to the Father. I remember in that little Pentecostal church, like they used to be, where the women would get up there with the young girls and the men with the men and pray them through is what they called it. Holding on to the altar. Well, you know what? I personally had to tune out every hold on, every let it go, because I wasn't listening to them. They were no longer a part of my vision, if you will. I completely tuned them out. They were not who I was listening to. They were not who I was seeking. And I didn't care one bit about what they were saying. And that may sound kind of odd to you, but it's the way it was. So my mother came over there with me, and I told my mom, I said, get in between us, please. And she did. And I remember laying my head over on my mother's lap, and she just prayed. And I tuned them people out. And I said, Lord, I want what you have for me. And I ask you to give me this gift. You see, that's what it is. It's a gift. And He did. And I have a good, sweet memory with my head in my mother's lap at a revival my father was preaching at. Trust in the Lord. Come to Him just as a little child with faith. And He can do the same for you. God bless you. Keep seeking after the Lord. Keep seeking after truth. And keep running with God.